Today, I am giving you my 2 cents on the character of Clutch Powers through a character analysis. Now, I know this has been a topic that has been extensively covered by other YouTubers when discussing the Ninjago iteration.
When it comes to physical appearance, you can definitely tell that he is an explorer.
But I've decided there's a lot of depth that just isn't being touched upon with the original film, LEGO The Adventures of Clutch Powers. Yeah, I first heard about this film when I was a stupid child at Legoland in Denmark. But now I'm an intelligent adult. I've been through it all, so I'm probably the most capable person to give you an analysis on this character.
He must have cast a spell on this place.
He who?
He, him.
When we first meet Clutch Powers, we see that he is by himself and working with no other. He then says this.
We're sending reinforcements.
No thanks, Kel. I work alone.
This is an interesting line, and I think it might tell us a lot about Clutch Powers. Over the course of the film, he declares that he does in fact work alone. If you ask me, this is all just evidence that shows that Clutch is just a lonesome Larry looking for a connection. He is a very sad individual. Does he work alone by choice, or does he know that if he works with anyone else, they will grow to hate him? Let's look at the song at the beginning of the film, I Work Alone.
I say hello to everyone I see.
This may seem to be an ordinary line from a friendly individual, but as we know, Clutch is actually not a social person. This lyric is nothing more than a wall he tries to hide behind in order to escape the fact that he really is a lonesome Larry. Okay, hold the phone. Things have just gotten more interesting now. We know Clutch is a loner, but it seems he is also a narcissist. The last thing anyone wants to be is a lonesome Larry just looking for a connection. What this lyric tells us is that he does not recognize his own situation. So, let me ask you, is it more tragic for our protagonist to be stuck in a dire situation that they are not aware of, or more tragic for him to be stuck in a situation that he knows he's in, but whatever he does, he cannot escape? Really, this is powerful writing. Back in the opening scene, we see Clutch looking for a power crystal. And since we know from the song he will never give up or never give in, he looks for the biggest crystal there. However, he gets attacked by a rock monster.
Rock monsters? Why does it have to be rock monsters?
And then there's like a huge battle and he's like fighting this rock monster. But after the battle, it's revealed that this crystal is actually a baby.
A baby? Oh no, this changes everything.
Here we can see that Clutch did not see this was clearly a baby from the start. Or maybe he chose to ignore it because it reminded him of how he was bullied as a child when the kids on the playground would call him nothing more than a baby who poops his diaper. Later on in the film, we see him walking down a path and he encounters a baby who is chained to a tree. But instead of rescuing it, he just draws on its face and runs away. And I'm sorry to all of those critiquing Clutch Powers and Ninjago, but he's always been a piece of shit.
I still think I will still love to hear Clutch Powers' voice and see Clutch Powers himself. Anyways, that's basically all for today's video.
He eventually meets his team of Brick, Bernie, and Peg. And they are all very deep characters on their own, but this is a Clutch Powers analysis. So let me know if you want a similar dissection on the character of Brick or something. As the gang flies to their mission, we see Clutch looking at a symbol from Smash Bros. That his father left him. This is when Peg comes in and rips off Spider-Man.
You know, I'm quite the diarist myself.
We then get a deep and meaningful conversation that many film theorists have tried to decipher to this day, but none have been able to crack the code according to director Howard E. Baker. But you guys know me. I will not let a challenge like this get in the way. So let's break it down.
It was his last entry before he up and disappeared.
Sounds like you blame him for going missing.
Now, this is a very hard line to decipher because it really could mean anything. But if I had to guess based on a lot of context clues, I would say that this is a subtle nod to the fact that Clutch blames his father for going missing. Take note of the moment when Peg puts her hand on Clutch's shoulder. We as the audience know that this means that there's a lot of sexual tension between these characters. This is really what Clutch Powers has been looking for the entire movie. But of course, Bernie steals her away. This guy fucking sucks. Do not ask me for a character analysis on this fucking dickhead. By the end of the film, this relationship with his father becomes the focus and the climax. He is confronted by the evil wizard and is forced to ask himself the question, do I go and find my father, or do I set up 2 more sequels? I think I have been able to define some major traits of the Clutch Powers character today, but most importantly, I think I have broken Clutch down to his core. At the end of the day, he isn't much more than a lonesome Larry looking for a connection. His father has been absent his whole life, he's worked alone his whole life, and now the only person we've ever seen him have a sexual tension with is in the hands of some other guy. Yes, it's a sad life for Clutch, but maybe this is the reason so many consider this film to be a masterpiece. If you ask me, the world would be a better place if we all loved one another, if we all connected with one another. But we can't connect with 7 billion people. So, the best we can do is find our own connections, and maybe, in some weird way, finding the love of our own lives can help us to unite the world.